Hello everyone, it's the same here, and today we're gonna have a look at a very fun jungle Sion game. This is silver elo, but elo doesn't matter to me. I'm trying a new build to try and make Sion fun again, and that's basically the foundation of this build is Blade of the Ruined King, and then we're buying Fimbulwinter. We're trying to finish that for the extra shields. We're getting the blue Smite. We're getting the right boots for the occasion, but we'll sell them when we get the 6th item if we get there. And we're also buying Death Dance as the 2nd item because it gives us a bit of damage, it gives us a bit of armor, and it prevents us from being bursted too quick. The other item is Nature's Advance, and that item will provide us with enough magic defense. It's 130 magic defense just from that. And yeah, we see a Kali burn flash there. She was almost fragged for first kill. And basically I find that if you build Blade of the Ruined King on Sion Jungle, that actually works. It helps with the jungle clear, because the on hit is very nice. And then when you get Death's Dance, that adds a bit of ability haste, it adds a bit of extra damage. The boots add to tankiness, and then we get, because I either get the magic defense or the armor ones, and then we get Nature's Advance or Fimbulwinter, and that adds extra shield, and yeah, so as you can see here, so the strat is using Hail of Blades and buying Blade of the Ruined King as early as possible. And we got Shield Bash as well and conditioning, and we have the Trinket Haste trait and Ultimate Hunter to make our ult have a very low cooldown because we lack mobility. We're gonna need that ult. And then we have Cheap Shot as well for the extra damage, which we're going to proc constantly. And here we go in we're using Smite and Ignite. And Ignite is a very good way to get early kills, which Sion needs. So see, we burned Nautilus Flash here. And Shield Bash will proc from our W and from our Fimbulwinter. And we get Hail of Blades to give us 3 quick hits on from Blade of the Ruined King, and if we're in zombie mode and we die just after we used Hail of Blades, it's gonna reset and we're gonna be able to use it again straight away. So yeah, that's the synergy with Sion's kit. You can use it quite two times in the space of 10 seconds if you die. I max Q first here. And the recent buffs to Sion passive and other buffs, yeah, they've been quite nice. And for me to feel like Sion did a few years ago, my strategy is to try and make Blade of the Ruined King viable on him, to focus on winning team fights and then winning games. But yeah, for objectives, Blade of the Ruined King's damage is applied as well. And early, I focus on farming and getting a few levels in, and only interfere when I can get easy kills, either with Ignite or someone's really out of position. Here, this pink ward, it has to be removed. And free gold, free HP stacking. With Sion Jungle, it's easy to stack HP. So, quite often, you can stack 2000 health in a game, because you got the raptors, you got the grubs. All of it gives you at least, like the big mobs 15 HP, the small mobs 4 HP, so you get from each camp you get a significant buff to your health. That's why I don't bother with Hard Steel or any of the other HP scaling items, because we got enough health, and the HP scaling of Sunfire has been significantly nerfed, so we're going for other stuff. So for example, what the build I'm currently testing and working on includes Hexplate, the Hexplate, and that gives us 30 ability haste and for the ultimate, and attack speed and movement speed for 8 seconds. So if you got your ultimate on about 30-second cooldown, every time you use it, you're gonna get 8 seconds of speed from the Hexplate and attack speed and movement speed, and that you're gonna barely have any downtime on this. So, and also we have the Mecha Sion skill, Mecha Sion skin with the white and gold tint, which is kind of one of my favorite colors of this chroma of this skin. You can see some action on bot lane. The teams are, I think, fairly matched. So see, on our team we got. Wait a minute, we have a big scrap here with Warwick, and then everyone else is joining in. And see, we can use Hail of Blades now to finish off Ashe. We got caught a bit off guard here, but it is what it is. And it's early game for Sion. We don't have many items yet, and we don't have conditioning, so we're a bit weaker. We don't have ultimate hunter stacked. And here Akali is getting killed, as it looks like. So there Akali is quite competent. So our team, we got three melees and 2 ranged, 3 magic dealers and 2 physical damage dealers. And here I pressed the Q, and in the fog I didn't know I hit the wolf with that, but eventually I figured it out and I went in and I cleared him. So then ward, and then trying to get the actual Drake. And how I get the early Drake, I try and drop 1 smite on it, and then eventually finish it off with the 2nd smite, because it takes too long otherwise to clear the first Drake. And for Sion it's quite easy to, let's say the first Drake clear is quite comfortable, because you have a shield, you have knock-ups, you have some armor shred and stuff, and Hail of Blades, so it's not too bad first clear. So going for this ward, and that's a very good escape from Silas. And of course I continue, I need to upgrade the hatchling. We take the blue hatchling because it allows us extra movement speed in the jungle, which is very useful when you're traveling around to get farm and just running away or fighting, chasing someone. And see here, we dropped the Q on all 3 of the hatchlings, voidlings, and then we can pop the shield also on all 3 to get them all to take damage. And meanwhile there's quite a bit going on top lane, but I'm ignoring all that. I'm trying to get the buff from voidlings before Warwick turns up, and so far looks like he's busy doing other stuff. That's why I try and get all the early stuff cleared as early as possible, really, so not to miss out on any objective if I have a chance to get it. And yeah, we managed to get 2 first objectives, very good. So we're going to try and secure the boots upgrade for our team. And now it's going to be a bit boring, I'm going to farm. So let's have a look at the fights here. He was ulted, Salas was ulted by Warwick and immediately deleted. I think Gragas is doing really well. He plays really well on his champion. I'm quite happy to have him as a teammate. And look, now we got the first ult in and the follow-up. So let's say you land the Q, you land E, and then you do immediate 3 Hail of Blade autos. That takes 1 second or 2. And then, let's say you land ult as well, a few more seconds, and by the time you get through the fight, you got another Q, you got more Hail of Blades to use. So I think Hail of Blades does fit Sion's playstyle if you got enough AD or on hits to compensate, to basically do damage with. Because, like, I think Blade of the Ruin King is an overpowered item still. It does 8% current HP, and when you combine it with the max HP 10% of the passive, is good. And of course you got 25% armor shred to contribute to Blade of the Ruin King effectiveness. So my idea is to get it working on Sion, get it, I don't know, popular or just recognized as a decent dueling item on him, and then force Riot to nerf the item. And if they do, then Sion and his health stacking will benefit, but we'll have to redo our build, but it is what it is. The whole quest is to help Sion by getting his main counter item nerfed. And of course it's quite funny killing enemies with an anti-tank item as a tank. And look, I stunned both of these, and I think Ignite one. I think I wasted Ignite here, but it is what it is. No one was there to support me. If there were, we would likely clear. So at least 2 of these 3 enemies. Well, see, that was a very unlucky ult, and I think Jhin didn't have his targets right, because he could have killed Warwick with, Nautilus with all the damage he did. He basically chunked Nautilus from full HP to like 5%. Warwick. So he basically had the wrong target. If he could have gotten a kill and then killed the other one, or at least traded kills. Okay, so the battle is ongoing. And now I'm going in to get Ashe, and that's how it usually goes. See, stun, stun, 3 attacks, and here I mess up a bit because I should have after the ult I should have popped the 3 attacks from Halo Blades, and then I could have then used Q and done a bit more damage, and save D for when she starts running away. But you know, we're learning as we go, and as long as you get the kill, it's fine. You can goof around a bit. And look, Silas is heavily focused here, but he's surviving with his lifesteal. Well, not for long though. I'm thinking whether I should go in. I don't have good vision, and Drake's up, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about trying to get Drake somehow, but I don't see good ways to do it. And meanwhile, they're trying to take the tower top lane, which would be very good if we do. Nautilus is very tanky. So I am already at Drake, and everyone's fighting down here. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get the objective, right? And in this case, we use the team as distractions, and meanwhile that they actually are winning some of these skirmishes. We use the team as a distraction while we clear this Drake, because it's a nice Drake, bonus damage. And luckily, Warwick's too low HP and too late to stop this. But sometimes we miss Smite. That's something I'm working on. And here I get killed because I don't have enough movement speed to follow up. So early Sion, 1, I made mistakes, but 2, early Sion's a bit weak. We're still behind 4 kills, and we're behind in gold by 2k. So I just bought Blade of the Ruin King now. And now is where actually we start getting things done, because without Blade of the Ruin King, our auto attacks don't do that much damage, and Hail of Blades is a bit wasted. So we got some fighting going on mid lane, but it's like they're even. I'm trying to help a mid laner and hit Akali, but she flashed and then went invisible. In the actual game, I didn't see her flashing. I thought she just went invisible. So that was a good trade overall. I did force her flash out. And see how quickly we clear things now with just Blade of the Ruin King. Every auto attack does a ton of damage. Q does a ton of damage. That's very healthy for Sion Jungle, that item. And just farming in peace is nice. That's why I like the role more than top. It's way more fun. You can do ganks, you clear the mobs, You just go for objectives all the time and stuff. I like the variety. I think that's the fun way to play Sion now. Everything else was nerfed. And look, 3 Hail of Blades hits and shut down, 500 gold. Even though top laner used ult to help him. So overall, we were lucky there, where we can come in close to getting even with kills. And look, 5 hits and the mob's dead. Just good. So far we got 600 health already, and what minute is it? 15? Minute 15, I'm at 600 bonus health. Imagine that. And if we continue with this pace by minute 30, we'll have about 1,500 at least, because first minute, essentially we can say that mobs have been in the game for about 13.5 minutes. And of course the first few levels very slow farm. So actually at 30 minutes we can get 2k health. Something like that. If we maintain the pace of kills and assists and just smashing the camps and the minions. And look, I'm trying to get this Akali, but she's so difficult to pin down and very fast. And I fail here again, but eventually we get her. It's just still, I have the Blade of Ruin King, but my mobility is low. I've not bought that many things. And of course, scrap stop continue. And Gragas is very good at holding out top. And here they're stalling as well. I'm just trying to get to my camps and farm a bit. So in this game we have the gates, so to teleport around the map, which is very helpful for early clears. And of course we got the Drift Herald spawning, and that is the objective I want to focus on. And in the meantime, the team's providing some distraction, which is great, but yeah, we're losing. We're giving them kills, but it's gonna be a bit better if I'm able to secure that objective. And yeah, look, we're losing a tower as well. That's quite bad. So at the moment we got a gap of 2k still for gold, or a bit less. So I need to level this hatchling, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to protect the towers and farm. But since we have Herald and since we have top laner recalling, we're gonna use this time to take the tower and put some pressure on the map. And yeah, we did take that tower down. So now we're gonna try and tap the other tower. Even if we can't take it down, it should still damage it significantly. And boom, we did half health of the tower done. And here we have a very weird fight. You see, 3 hits. The Hail of Blades and Blade of the Ruin King works because in this meta, especially low elo, no one builds any armor, and mostly they build damage items, shield items, and yeah, that's it, and health items. So that helps Blade of the Ruin King shine. If you don't have resists, and I can take with E, I can take like 25% of your resists anyway. It does help the item shine. Maybe high elo, if you're facing 5 tanks who only stack armor, it's not gonna be so good, but we don't do that. Even in high elo, yeah, you buy 5 HP damage items and die to Blade of the Ruin King. So we might as well join in and use it. So here I'm farming raptors while there's a fight going on here. And see, we already upgraded the hatchling once. I'm gonna take more farm. There's a big fight going on here, and Nautilus going all in, and both supports are going all in by the looks of it. So I'm meanwhile just farming, taking red buff. And that's how it is with Sion Jungle. Sometimes you gotta miss some stuff, and you're gonna be farming. You can't chase the enemy all over the map all the time. You gotta upgrade your hatchling, and of course, I mainly go in when I have ult. If I don't have ult, and the thing is, the ult cooldown is high until you get to level 16, but once you get to level 16, the cooldown, the way we're building, is gonna go under 30 seconds. And then you're gonna be fast, have a lot of damage, tanky, and you can run the map freely. And this is what we do here, look. Ooh, wow. We get 2 kills with 1 Q and 1 R, and then we're trying to get Akali, but she's too fast again. So she evades us again, but still, we missed some of the fight, but when we joined in, we made a big contribution and we shut down 2 of them. So I say worth. But still, we lost the tower. And I've played Sion since season 9 or 8 or something. I played him when he was he was a totally different champion, externally and skill-wise, and I enjoyed him very much then, and I got into gold with him back in the day. And I've enjoyed the rework as well, and since then I've played quite a lot of Sion. I got around 3 million mastery on this account, but I mean I played him a lot even before mastery existed. So, and yeah, I mean I've never got into particularly high elo, but I've had fun, and we'll see how high we can get this season, because I'm gonna play a few more games than usual. I've taken, this year I've had a break for quite a few months from the game, because I didn't like all the tank items getting nerfed, because I was trying to figure out how to make Sion feel good to play again. And this is the way. And look, we 3-tapped Tasha and just wiped her off the game for like within a few seconds. We already got 1k HP and we're at 22 minutes from the bonus HP. And it's gonna be, yes, 1 camp and we get like 40 HP. Very good. So now let's see what we're buying. We got conditioning active. We're nearly on top of ultimate hunter. We need 1 stack from Akali. See, we got boots, upgraded boots, because they have a lot of auto attackers, and we have Dead's Dance now, and we're ready to get Fimbulwinter going. So we got 3 shields essentially, 1 from the boots, 1 from Fimbulwinter, and 1 from W to use shield bash with. And of course you counter Blade of Drinking if you buy items that don't grant you too much health, because if you keep your health within like a bit lower, so on this build we're gonna get about 6k health still. And that's how you counter Blade of Drinking. You have Fimbulwinter to add durability without adding health, and you build armor, and you have Dead's Dance to slow the damage down while we get more shields. That's how I see it. And one thing I returned recently, and I noticed when I clear the enemy's nexus of all its towers, eventually they respawn. I mean that seems like a totally anti-Sion move, because I used to do all the time. I used to be there with Titanic and Hellbreaker and just like 2-tap tower the nexus while everyone's hitting me and finish the game, or just ult in to the nexus and clear everything. So see here, we got double kill. So we stunned everyone, we landed 2 kills, and then we used Halo Blades twice, and we managed to get some kills. And here Gragas is doing a good job baiting everyone into the bush. And now we have finally we got Akali, and Gangplank's a bit more tricky. He's sneaky, he runs around a lot, but we'll get him. So my team's doing well, but we're still 2 kills behind, and we're how much? We're actually ahead in gold. How's that? So we farm more, and we got more objectives. We're 2k ahead in gold now, but we're behind on kills. Strange. But we got more towers, I guess. And now I join in just in time to get the Drake, And of course we go straight to attack, and we're all about trying to keep the tempo, get all objectives on the map. So not to leave any advantages open to the enemy team. We've got this attack, and Nautilus trying to stop us. Land a big Q on him. And I like Morgana because she's giving me a shield. That saves me from some crowd control, and I'm able to just go in, clear Ashe. Just look, no chance. And even from Gangplank's barrels we just get that health increased. Very nice. And now we have Ultimate Hunter fully stacked, and we're at what, level 14? We need to get to 16 so we can get the best cooldown on our ults. So we just run around, farm a bit. I think we have evolved the hatchling. There's a fight going on mid lane, but we just want to clear our jungle because all my camps are up. I need the gold. So far good damage, about 1.5k damage from just my 2 runes, cheap shot and shield bash, and that's early game with low HP and not as many shields as we normally would have with full build. So the numbers will go very, very high late if the game goes late. And Blade Drinking does shine late because everyone has more HP then. But most of these, like look, Akali not gonna buy any armor. Same with Gangplank, same with Ashe. It's just Nautilus stacking some defenses and possibly Warwick, but here we're just trying to depush, but we dodge all the abilities. I'm just looking for a good opportunity to ult. And this is it. I got 2 people in ult, 3 people in Q, and got quick 3-tap with the Hail of Blades. And now we're waiting. I think because we killed some of them, we're just gonna try and rush Baron. Clear a few of these mobs first, and then we can do Baron. Look, we just chunked the mob as well. We don't have that much AD, and I find if you get like Overlord's Blood Fist or whatever it was, Blood Mail, you get a lot of AD, but you don't use it very well. Because yeah, it doesn't translate into that much damage if you compare it to what you can get from Blade of the King. So you're better off in terms of fighting jungle mobs and objectives. You're better off just getting Blade of the King over Blood Mail. The only location where this is not so advantageous is when you're fighting towers and Nexus tower turrets. But outside of that, you can always ult towers anyway. You're gonna do decent damage. And here we're just trying to be teamfight sound. So look, we got Nautilus down. Very good shots from Jhin. I got Baron. Things are looking up. And we gotta prepare for Drake. And the visual of Hail of Blades is very nice as well. Very much suits this skin, Mecha Sion. Powered Rico is always nice. And let's see what we can buy. So we got Fimbulwinter now. We got 3 of our items done. And now I'm trying to get the Hexplate, but don't have enough gold to finish it yet. So yeah, we have here this camp. It's just moments. And we have all at level 3 now. So ult cooldown is 32 seconds and a 30 ability haste that we'll get from Hexplate. We don't have them yet, so imagine once we get that, we got 39 ability haste yet currently, but we're gonna get 30 more. And I get the 8 ability haste from runes, because the 10% attack speed I think is less value for Sion, and yeah, the value per point is higher on ability haste and attack speed. It's a movement speed rune because it's lower value than health possibly, but I don't have many ways to get mobility. We joined in the fight here, caused some mayhem, and we got them running. At this stage we're just trying to cut down, and it's going to be one hit and we're going to get it. And there's a lot going on. And I'm looking in, try and get someone, but they flashed away from me. So now I'm just stuck in between the two towers. Luckily my team's pushing in and taking some of them out. I'm just stalling there so they can take the turret down while 2 people distracted with me. I get Ashe's ult, and I managed to combo Gangplank with Hail of Blades, and now we're just taking out the inhibitor and we're on the way to finish the game. And it's been great fun playing this build. I'm currently like 12 kills, 6 deaths, which is fairly good for Sion Jungle, and now I'm just ulting the tower in Nautilus to finish everything off. I did a big chunk of damage to the tower, got Nautilus down, and the rest what's left is just to focus the Nexus and close off this game, which we're going to do very quickly. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you learned anything or enjoyed the footage, just leave me a comment, a like, share the video and subscribe. Have a good day.